Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Final Fantasy X. We are just picking up here at the earning of the Sun Sigil. And now that we're able to use chocobos in the Calmlands, we're going to gain access to a very special area um, that we need to go to for another sigil. We won't be able to get it straight away, though. There's a couple of other bits to do. But yeah, let's go down to our favorite other summoner, since we kind of beat Asaru because he was a meanie. And Donna has, for all intents and purposes, quit her pilgrimage. You know what time it is. It is Belgemine. Where is she? Oh, I'm not going the right way. There we go. Um, she's just over here by the rest stop at the Calmlands. So just pop down here and speak to her for another Aeon battle.
What's it to you?
You shouldn't take what the Maester say too seriously. For summoners, destroying sin is everything. We are no tools of Yevon. Understand?
Yes.
So, are you up to the task?
I do not know, but I will do my best.
You've got spirit, but you'll need more to beat sin. An Aeon duel. Show me what you're made of. Excellent. But before we begin...
And this is why I love Belgemine. She's literally
Let us begin.
Do not care if you're hated by Yevon. We're here to defeat sin. Period.
Choose your Aeon well, summoner.
So here she is summoning Shiva. And we're gonna summon Big Boy Bahamut. And in this Aeon duel in particular, we're going to be learning that Aeon stats can be adjusted. So in this particular fight, Shiva is going to have super high defense, which is quite unusual for her. She's normally quite a glass cannon, so it's going to be quite different. And we're going to see this literally with the first attack. 500 damage, barely anything. And basically once we finish this fight, we're going to be able to upgrade our Aeon stats. Not quite as powerfully as the Sphere Grid, but her defenses are just through the roof. She's weak to fire and everything, and it's yeah, nothing, not even 1,000. So this literally becomes a battle of attrition, but she's not that strong. Her attacks are super weak as well, but thankfully I believe since overdrives are special attacks, they're not strictly physical or strictly magic. They use those stats to calculate the damage, but they are overdrive attacks. They're special attacks that don't take in your defenses. So once I use this, it's kaboom. But now that we've defeated her here, we basically start the minigame for Yuna's celestial sigil, the moon sigil, which is basically just I suppose medley of Aeon duels.
Take this. You have earned it.
Thank you.
I think you will do just fine. But if you ever...
So now with the Aeon Soul, we're able to boost our Aeon stats.
Hidden Temple of Remiem. I will be waiting there. Farewell.
So we needed chocobos to be able to do this, but if you run to the top left-hand corner of the map, you'll see like a little cliff edge with a little other exit to the side. You need a chocobo to fly down. And this is the hidden Remiem Temple, where we can meet with Belgemine and basically get an awful lot of endgame items that are super important. And like thank the gods for the 2 times speed here, because that used to be such a trek just on like the PS2 and other things. But before we go too far, alphabet primers, we basically have all the alphabet. And here we have the letter X. And there is one in the Calm Lands. There is one that I missed, but I will get it a bit later. Now, we can do one more type of chocobo race here as well, which is needed for us to be able to get a key item that helps us basically power up the celestial weapons. So there's like lots of little things. Like these these final tier weapons are just, there's many a step to getting them. But what's pretty cool is we can enter Remiem Temple
Welcome, Yuna.
and fight Belgemine a
What
bunch.
is this place?
Remiem Temple. Once a great religious
Hello
center
there,
of the
this
Calm
is
Lands,
Liam here from
lost
very,
after the
very
Lahmu
far into
descent.
the future. Um,
This is your home?
Basically, the audio
Well,
for
that's
this
okay,
next little
it's
bit of
fine.
commentary got completely scrambled
Too
and
long a
ruined. I
story.
don't quite know what happened to it
Easier
really.
perhaps to show you.
But I suppose just given that like it's been like 3 months
Don't
since
send
like
me
the
to
last
speak.
consistent Final Fantasy
There is still one
10
thing left
upload,
for me
and
to
like
prove.
realistically, this whole section is just
A
repeated
young
Aeon
summoner
battles,
might just be able to
one after the
defeat
other.
Sin.
There's nothing really to say. Like all of our
Yuna,
Aeons are quite
I
overpowered from our
challenge you.
grinding
If
in
you cannot defeat Sin,
Bavel
never
before
be Sin.
Seymour. So like it's not necessarily a challenge. There's nothing like new or exciting happening. It's
Very
just
well.
fighting
If no
Valifor,
one
fighting
begins,
Ifrit, fighting
now, are
Ixion,
you ready?
Shiva Bahamut. Like that's all that's really there. But I just sort of decided I might just take a little moment just to thank everybody who's supported the series thus far. I hope it's been really informative. I hope all the collectibles have been like really good thus far. And like to be honest, I've spent
Choose your path
hundreds
well,
of
son.
hours, and that's not even an exaggeration, literally hundreds of hours on various different playthroughs from the Final Fantasy on PlayStation 2, Final Fantasy on PlayStation 3, Final Fantasy on PlayStation 4, and now Final Fantasy on Steam. So, like, it's been such a big part of, my life and, like, my gaming life uh, thus far. Um, and, like, I'm still having so much fun with this series, and there's even just, the challenge of taking part and doing, elements that I, had done in other playthroughs, but like to try and get it all done, to try and actually, fight all the Dark Aeons, collect all the Celestial weapons, beat all the different challenges to get all the Celestial weapons. Like the fact that I was able to get the Sun Sigil, um, before even going to Mount Gagazet, just having that perseverance of like, no, it's like for the channel, I have to like get that done. Like that was just, something that I'm really kind of proud of. And like speaking to you guys, like I've gone and done, like I've gone and played obviously a lot more ahead, and there's an awful lot of stuff that isn't recorded because it was quote unquote really grindy. So I just didn't want to like bore you guys with that. But like, I'm now starting to like stat max. That's kind of where I'm in the beginning. So I'll explain it like in more detail as we like get to those particular sections. But like monster capturing, done it all. All of the various different sigils, including Lulu's sigil in the Thunder Plains, done, completed. Like, um, it just, I'm just really happy with how it's been going so far, and like, I suppose just having the support of you guys online and just knowing to like kind of have that little bit of extra pressure to like, you know oh well, I have to do it, I have to complete it, I have to kind of, finish out the series and kind of keep myself accountable for that. So it's just been really, really good, and it's obviously been the biggest series on the channel, the most consistent uploads, the most uploads in parts. So I've kind of gone and like done a couple of different games, done a bit of collaborations with other friends of mine on the channel and stuff. And like, while I'm definitely really happy to have like the chance to like share other games with my friends and games that I haven't played before, obviously I'm kind of now taking a moment, kind of going into the summer, of kind of saying to myself, okay, well, no, now it's time to kind of just get back. I've like literally tens of hours, because obviously we haven't even finished the main story, and I've done like so much side content as well that I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of Final Fantasy stuff that needs to kind of just get up there and get out onto the series, um, and the channel and such. So, um, yeah, just wanted to kind of just take this opportunity just to say thank you all so much for the support, and just there will obviously be more parts to come, and like
You've
uh
made some progress. Take a
just
seat.
yeah, and just to give you an update that like the series hasn't died, it is going to still continue, and I have made brilliant progress. It's just the case of me editing together the footage to have it out for you guys, um to see basically. But realistically, like this little section here, like it is fun, but like it's just fighting the Aeons, and I'm at the stage now where like I'm not doing a challenge run. It's not like I'm doing like a no sphere grid run, or like a challenge run where this is going to be
I will be the
like
judge of your
difficult in
Aeon
any way.
strength.
There's no real
I will put
strategy.
them
It's
through a
just,
wonder.
hit the Aeons hard with attacks they're weak to, or overdrives, and
Very
they
well.
will fall.
Now,
And that's kind of it. So I might cut more of the different um, battles out. But essentially, once you beat all of the five main
choose your
Aeons,
Aeon
that's
well, son.
Valifor through to Bahamut, you get a key item, um, the flower scepter or crown. It'll come up on screen. But yeah, you get that item, and then that's one item to unlock a secret Aeon. You need two items that have long, long, and complex unlock um, specifications. But yeah, for everyone kind of saying that like all these different particular sigils are difficult. Like Tidus has the Sun Sigil, which is Chukwa race in 0 seconds. That is a pain. But Yuna's is unlock every Aeon. And for every Aeon to be unlocked, as we will see in future episodes, there is quite a number of stipulations. The particular key items here are for the Mega Sisters that you unlock in Remiem Temple. And essentially, yeah, it's like you have to get the Blossom Crown or Scepter from being those five um, Aeons, the five main Aeons, the main story. Um, and then you also need to get the corresponding Blossom Crown or Scepter, whichever one isn't the one you unlock at Remien Temple. That's from monster capturing. You have to capture every monster in Mount Gagazet, which is the area of the map we're going to go to after the Calm Lands. And then to unlock the Maga Sisters specifically, then, because even if you have those two key items which will unlock their door, you can't approach it until you have every other secret Aeon unlocked. And the two other secret Aeons we will look at in future episodes. But one of them requires a phenomenal amount of Gale, which won't be a problem because we've kind of
You've
grinded so
completed.
much.
Take
And
a
then
seat.
the second is the one that has to have us unlock
You
every
don't quite
single
know to
destruction
live up
sphere in
to the
all of the
title,
previous
Master.
temples in Spira.
Very well.
As I had said,
Now,
the sphere in Bavel is automatic. You don't miss the sphere in Bavel because you never go back there. But if you missed it in Besaid, in Kilika,
Aeon
in
well, son.
Macalania, or in the Jose High Road, if you missed any of those ones, you have to go back and redo the Cloister of Trials to get the Destruction Treasure. which like is a lot. Now, granted, we did it as we went, so by the time we get here, it is just going to be a you arrive at the secret area and you fulfilled all of the specifications, so it will just unlock automatically. But like, I mean, if you didn't know that, you're like snookered, and then you have to go like backtrack and do all of that sort of stuff. And then even then, you have to then beat Belgemine on all of the different Aeons, including the three secret
What
Aeons
is
that
it?
you just unlock, one of which you only unlock in Remiem Temple after unlocking all the other ones. And then you get the
Pretty
Moon
simple.
Sigil. But like,
Take
you
this.
know, for Tidus it's like you just had to win the race. You just had to do one thing. Whereas like for Yuna's, it's literally like running here, there and everywhere and having a big laundry list of tasks to get to get her sigil. But people don't really give out about it purely because it's like, well, you know, the Aeons are really cool, which they are, and like you're going to want to unlock them anyway, which you will. Whereas like, you know, for one weapon for Tidus, you don't necessarily need to get his
We have
celestial
made some
weapon.
progress.
Like
And
it's a good weapon, but it's only for one. It's only like
take this.
one thing, I
It'll come in
suppose.
handy.
But yeah, I just the audio was destroyed, and I kind of was like, ugh, do I just want to re-record what I kind of had originally put in, which was just kind of a discussing all the different Aeons and how to best beat them. But I'm kind of like, ah,
We
like
have made
it's
some
fairly
progress.
self-explanatory at this
Take this.
point. If we're weak to ice, she was weak to fire. Um, Ixin is weak to water, and like even with Bahamut, he doesn't attack;
You've got
he just
quite a
counts
bit.
down. So it's like you can just attack, 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 and then defend when Mega Flare
Ooh.
appears, and you have like all of your different Aeons to fight one Aeon as well. So like you'll be fine. Like the guide doesn't necessitate me, you know, going through every single little thing. But as I say, we're back. We're going to be doing more. Do not worry. Final Fantasy is not dead in the water. Um, but again, just thank you all so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Thank you.